Excites me about this is that they are designing combustion turbines specifically to run on ethanol. And anybody else that's even looked at that problem, they're always taking other combustion turbines that are designed to run on natural gas or some other type of fuel and adapting that to run on ethanol. And you're never going to get as high an efficiency as you would when you have a piece of equipment that's designed for that specific fuel. You know, Brazil's the leader in ethanol in the world, so I think it makes perfect sense that they're taking the lead in developing this type of equipment. And if Western Carolina can get involved in a piece of that, it's going to be a tremendous place to start from. I could see something like this really taking off and having far-reaching implications in the world of energy.
They talked about sugarcane and corn. Those are the two. Brazil uses sugarcane and different types of grasses, and we use corn, right. And people have questions about whether corn is a sustainable model. Do you think there's other biomass sources out here in particular?
Absolutely. Almost anything organic can be, you can extract ethanol from it if you have the right enzymes. Unfortunately, right now it's my understanding that the enzymes for making that cellulosic ethanol are all controlled by one company.
Okay.
So until they either loosen up their controls of those enzymes, or the Chinese get it and reverse engineering and sell it back to us in a generic version, that may be what it takes. I don't know. When we could get to that point, then you could start taking lawn clippings and leaves and switchgrass and other things like that and fermenting them to get ethanol out. I think that's the most reasonable step. But you know, you may have to make an intermediate step and start with corn because it's easy to get the sugars out of it, and then go to something that's a bit more complicated, but that is not a food source.
And then what about for you, just as a local scientist, engineer, to have, you know, to get your head around the fact that, you know, there might be 200 or 300 more people in the field coming out here as a result of a partnership like this?
That's fantastic. I think the more good minds we put on these energy problems, especially people who are younger in the industry, we're going to come up with more innovative solutions. The existing energy companies that are out there, they're making billions of dollars. Why should they come up with a different solution than what they've been doing all along, you know? But when you've got companies like this that are striving to do something brand new, they're hungry and they're eager, and they want to make a difference in the world. They're not so concerned about becoming billionaires and padding their stock portfolio. So I'm very encouraged by what we've seen here today.
Cool. I'm sure they want to become billionaires too, Tim.
Yeah, well, I would too.